Hi, welcome back. So we are going to proceed with T-student test for independent samples, and this time we concentrate on one-tailed test. So this is the problem. We have two classes and we have to assess whether mean grade point average in the first class is higher than mean grade point average in the second class. Here we assume that alpha is equal to 0.1. So let us try to figure out the critical value. We have 25 observations in two samples in total. So the corresponding number of degrees of freedom is 23. And for alpha equal to 0.1, the critical value is 1.319. So because we perform right-tailed test, we are only interested in the right-hand side of the distribution. So when it comes to the rejection region, it's located to the right from our critical value. Now let us compute test statistic. And as usual, it's really useful to start with the weighted average standard deviation value. So in the first class, mean GPA is 4.43 with corresponding sample standard deviation of 0.66. In the second class, mean is 3.24 with corresponding sample standard deviation value of 0.26. So we simply put this information to the formula. In the first class, we have 16 observations. In the second one, we have 9 observations. We provide the corresponding values for sample standard deviation. And for us, weighted average standard deviation is equal to 0.33. Not that much, I have to conclude. After calculating weighted average standard deviation, we can actually compute t-statistic. So as before, here we want to investigate whether the difference between GPA in the first class and GPA in the second class is bigger than 0. So even though we perform right-tailed test, the value of D0 is still 0. So after computing t-statistic, we conclude it's equal to 4.6. And yes, it definitely goes within the rejection region, which means that we have to reject the null hypothesis in favor for the alternative hypothesis, which states that mean GPA in the first class is indeed higher than mean GPA in the second class. Yes, like this. Alternatively, you can say that the difference between the mean GPA in the first class and the second class is greater than 0. So it's pretty the same as what I said before. Like it's the same as saying that in the first class GPA is higher than in the second class. Okay, so thank you so much and see you in the next video.